It's gotta last, gotta look good, gotta look bad, gotta get real, gotta check out the deal. Gotta go to Moe's. Gotta go to Moe's, yeah. Gotta go to Moe's. Gotta go to Moe's.
Next one. America's Anchorman, Dan Rather is. Good morning, Mr. Rather.
Hey, good morning, Ivan. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Great.
You know, I was thinking the other day, it's time for you to do something nutty again.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm calling in this morning.
You know, get beat up in an elevator or some goofy thing.
I haven't thought of anything nutty to do, but, the day's not over yet either.
Imus, this ain't your mother's morning show.
You and Connie are not still fighting, are you?
Beg pardon?
I said you and Connie are not still fighting, are you?
Oh, no, never have been.
That's like, have you stopped beating your wife?
Oh, never have yet.
I'm Ann Louise Gittleman, author of...
Who are you directing your comments to at this time? You? To me? What are you talking about? The head writer for this repulsive program. Some things get by. It's 11 minutes till the hour here in New York City. Now, we have somebody on the phone. He happens to be... Frank Rich happens to be everything you're not, Bernard. Yeah, he's gay.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
I just got a fact. Don't wait. Everybody wants a Frederick, America's best value.
Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioners. Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioners.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages. I'm Mike Breen, WFAN 2020 Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66,
Good morning, 10:05 on the fan. Bill Daughtry and Ian Eagle at 718-937-6666. Sitting in for us, Salzburg, middle of your week, Wednesday. A little strange, though, because you were off on Monday. At least most of you were for the holiday. Good morning, Birdman. How are you, Billy? Great. I think the back page of the New York Post says it all. The marvelous shot of an empty Yankee Stadium, followed by the caption, "Where are the fans?" 23,000...
America's best value.
cool change, Frederick Air Conditioners. Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioners.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN, New York.
Bill Daughtry and Ian Eagle and for us, Salzburg on the fan. Curious to know that one. Players and owners get together again today. That is in New York, I believe. The players with demands. I didn't know that they had any. I guess we'll call this one a counter-proposal. Daughtry and Eagle will be back and discuss some O.J. Simpson business after the update on the fan.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN.
A partly cloudy chance of thunderstorms. Right now, 79 degrees. That's what's happening. I'm Mike Breen, WFAN 2020 Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball. Weather.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN, New York.
It's 11:06 on the fan. Hour number 2 is underway. Eagle and Daughtry sitting in for Russ Salzburg today until Mike and the Mad Dog time at 1 o'clock. We'll have some more phone calls a little bit later on at 718-937-6666. Congratulations, by the way, to Anders Cohen of Manhattan, who knew that Richie Ashburn was the first New York Mets player selected to the All-Star game back in 1962. Listen now through July 7th for your chance to play. All trivia winners are eligible for the grand prize, a basketball game or a football game. I tell you, I like it. I like the running time. Soccer is a sport in the Olympics, by the way. Well, there you go. We're learning more about this sport each and every day. We come back with one more hour until Mike and the Mad Dog, Eagle and Daughtry, 718-937-6666.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
It's
66. The Fan, WFAN, New York.
It's 1226 on the Fan, moving along.
Frederick, America's best value.
Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioner. Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioner.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages.
What George is going to do, but with indications like we've seen last couple of days, this stadium's going to be in New Jersey somewhere. Billy, we'll talk to you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Bird. Have a good one. Mike and the Mad Dog coming up. Paul Olden with the update. Stay tuned.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Steve Summers on the Fan.
Whatever gets you through the night.
And we have with us on the line, and I think this is all but very appropriate to have Jerry Seinfeld with us.
You're the only radio sports personality that I will deal with. In the hours that you work, you are familiar with and well-versed in all manner of personality defects.
News and sports overnight under the covers with Steve Summers on the Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Olden. I'm Paul Olden with the 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
What up, everybody? How are you today? Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan, honey. Wednesday, New York, 6th day of June, 6th day of July. I keep on saying June, 1994. Nice to have you with us. Talking about the world of sports, 718-937-6666. That is your two-way sports talk telephone numbers. We talked about the world of sports. Good afternoon there, Michael. How are you?
All right, Doug, what's going on, man?
Well, my headset is out, but that's other than that, I'm okay. What's cooking with you, babe? A hot day in New York today. And
Turn the mic off and,
America's best value.
Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioner. Cool change, Frederick
Working.
Air Conditioner.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages.
From Boston.
In other cities, the Yankees just came back from a 6-city road trip. Every single game on every single trip was sold out. I think it's too much of a hassle. Give him his parking lots. Give him his roads. Let's get on with this. I'll be back on the other side. Vince Felici coming up with the update. 937-6666, our number here in New York.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
It's Mike.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
7:04 here in the Fan. I am Susan Waldman. Be with you until 10 o'clock, and we go to Mets baseball pregame, of course, with Howie Rose and out to Gary and Bob out in San Francisco. We've already talked to Stick Michael and Stump Merrill. We've covered the Yankees. About 10 minutes, we're going to hook up with Bob Quinn, general manager of the San Francisco Giants. Darryl makes his return to the major leagues tomorrow. We're going to talk to him about his team and about Darryl Strawberry. This is going to be interesting. I hope he does it, quite frankly. The Fan, I'm Susan Waldman. On the other side, we're going to talk to Bill Madden about this labor mess. For right now, sports update with Vince Felici. I'm Susan Waldman, and we'll see you on the other side.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Susan Waldman, Vince Felici coming up with with the update. On the other side, we'll talk to Dan Wasserman for a little while. We'll recap what happened today at the O.J. Simpson case because I'm not watching a second of it, so Dan Wasserman can tell us. We'll be back after the update.
Boy, this trip...
Thank you to Gene Michael, Stump Merrill, Bob Quinn, Bill Madden, Mark Jackson, Dan Wasserman, and Lee Thomas, and of course, Sweeney Murphy and Lula Shepard on the other side of the glass. I am Susan Waldman. Stay tuned for Mets Baseball.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
It is Dick Cavett.
I heard what you said. I forgot what I was talking. Oh, here it is. What is this in the Bill of Rights?
You're not having another breakdown, are you, Dick?
Listen, if I am, you and I will share a room.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the news here. Would you stop interrupting us?
Bumming me out, man.
No, I'm not. We
Snapping at me, telling me to shut up.
Because Charles is trying to talk and you won't be quiet. That's why you don't know anything. He knows a lot. Well, you know a lot, but I mean,
I know a lot.
How were sales yesterday?
I don't know.
Dick Cavett got a great voice, doesn't he? I thought Dick Cavett was a big stern guy, Bernie.
I'm the great pretender.
Very clever, Lou.
Pretending that I'm doing well. My need is that I pretend too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. I'm in the morning.
If you're not... Good morning, Mr. Muhammad.
Considering the Caucasian-inflicted crosses, which we as a people seem predestined to bear, I was recently moved to comment on the significantly substantial legal difficulties facing Brother O.J. Simpson. Although he had been sleeping with the enemy, I urged fellow African Americans not to abandon, eschew, or shun Brother O.J., even though he had strayed from the family. However, I have had time to reflect both on the situation itself and my position concerning it, and have come to a revised point of view on the matter.
Good.
And my conclusion is thus. The boy, he on his own. I realize now that my initial feelings towards Brother O.J. were naive and simplistic. I spoke as though Mr. Simpson were indeed a brother due to the color of his skin. I did not realize the inherent racism in that sort of statement, as O.J. is about as black as Andy Warhol. This is not a man proud of his African-American heritage.
No.
This is an Uncle Tom wannabe who wanted to be white so bad he even resort to playing golf. He married a white girl. Therefore, he deserves everything he gets. Them white women ain't nothing but trouble. Ain't a black man in the world who married a white woman and improved the quality of his life. This is a salient truth to go back even to Shakespearean times. The tragedy of Othello depicts a black man whose utter demise is the direct result of Desdemona, the white bitch he married. Now, if a little bald-headed Jew from Elizabethan England could get it right, why couldn't O.J.? Let us examine O.J.'s predicament.
Oh, good.
He stands accused of murdering a white woman in a case presided over by a white woman, prosecuted by a white woman. Is it reactionary to suggest that there appear to be a pattern here?
Well,
They're even a white woman evidentiary expert. O.J. wanted himself a white girl. Well, he got more of them now than he can take a knife at. But does he come back into the fold for protection from the Caucasian conspiracy he has become the victim of?
Well,
no. He hired a couple of middle-aged white Jew lawyers to run their defense for him. One can only surmise that he think once Shapiro, Dershowitz, and Bailey finagle an acquittal, they got to force him for God. I could defend the boy better than those heebie-jeebie pettifoggers. Blood stains in the driveway. You heard that little white boy Cato say they went to McDonald's. They're a law against a man who like a rare hamburger. For all this controversy, the simple fact remained that had you stayed with the sister, the boy wouldn't be in the mess he in today. He want to wear green polyester pants and go yachting? Let him. But it does not mean that he will receive the white man's justice.
Oh, no.
He could only have availed himself of that premium had he murdered another black person. But in the eyes of the white man, once he killed a white woman, he went from being one of them to one of us. And even if he get off, I propound that the only way he gonna set foot on the golf course again is if the boy carrying the clubs.
Khalid Abdul Muhammad here on the Imus in the Morning program. Yeah, 23 till the hour here in New York. Fred Graham from Court TV, who is...
I got my plastic sheet right on the dashboard of my car. I can go 100 miles an hour, knows about the almighty power. Through the devil, I tear a fuzzy down. Hallelujah! Imus in the morning.
with former New York rock and roll legend Scott Minnie. Nice career move. Scotzo.
With all the controversy over the merger between CBS and Barry Diller's home shopping deal, it makes me think that what he should really be doing is joining ESPN with Court TV and coming up with a 24-hour OJ channel. Not that we need another one.
Yeah.
I want my OJ TV. Hi, I'm Nina Totenberg, coming up the surreal world, and OJ TV Brentwood Beach House. But first, here's the brand new video from Three for the Defense. Suppress the evidence. You know America's addicted when the shut-ins aren't all cheesed off that their favorite daytime dramas are being preempted. And why should they? Sex, drugs, murder. This is a soap opera that beats As the World Turns any day. As a matter of fact, this heinous event in American legal history is too much like what the average housewife witnesses during any given episode of Days of Our Lives. Our sensibilities were dulled long ago by severed penises, pedophile pop stars, and siblings with bad toupees who shotgun their parents. I just don't remember if I saw those things on CNN or Guiding Light. See, I can't decide if it's the programming on TV that's responsible for the blunting of the senses or the real-life news stories. It's hard to tell, because they rate video games like Mortal Kombat to protect kids from seeing the cartoon blood, but show actual footage of the red-soaked sheets covering the bodies in the alleyway round the clock. We click our tongues in disbelief at the internecine violence in Colombia after their soccer teams lost to the U.S., but I guarantee you, if they don't start playing better, it won't be too long till somebody starts taking shots at the New York Mets. I tell you, for a second I thought that the assassination of Andre Escobar was a programming move by the network, trying to entice people away from the OJ story to watch World Cup soccer. Because unfortunately, hideous events like this are synonymous with great television. Let's face it, it don't get any better than this. The secret of the mysterious manila envelope was the hottest topic of conversation at backyard barbecue pits since Who Shot JR? And that only reminds me that the line between fantasy and reality is more blurry than ever. I mean, I saw the judge holding the envelope in her hands, and for a second she could have been Monty Hall on Let's Make a Deal, asking Leslie Abramson if she wants that or what's behind door number 3. Distraught neighbors with accounts of a bewildered pet dog wandering around with blood on its paws. Did they start rerunning Twin Peaks? I overhear Peter Jennings talk about how many hairs does it take for a viable forensics test, and I think it's the setup to a tasteless OJ joke. By the way, the only punchline I could come up with for that one is 2. One for the ski cap and one for the Coke can.
It was set on the greatest day they had.
It's a cheating situation.
You're an idiot, Lou.
A stealing invitation to take what's not really ours, to make it through the midnight hour. It's a cheating situation, just a cheap imitation, doing what we have to do when there's no love at home. Imus in the morning. Yeah.
The following is another in a series of famed political resurrections by billionaire industrialist H. Ross Perot.
Amos, what's the biggest deal going at the moment?
Well,
just one word. O.J. Simpson. Good-looking Negro man. Football fella, you seen him.
Yeah.
Now, like yourself and 9 out of 10 other people, I've been following the story, and something just doesn't square out for me. I asked myself, Ross, what is it? What's bothering you? Couldn't figure it out till I heard one of your ponderous, want-to-kill-yourself news interviews with that Jackson Hole lawyer, Jerry Spence. Let me ask you something, Imus.
All right.
Who does he think he is? Buffalo Bob with that silly outfit? The last time I ran into a fellow wearing fringe, he was about 6 degrees south of a full load of testosterone and got arrested on a morals charge in a Trailways men's room.
Shut up.
Now, I'm not saying that Jerry Spence is a fruitcake.
Good.
But I don't think I'd be real anxious to sniff the boy's saddle blanket, if you understand what I'm driving at. Anyway, Imus, I've turned this O.J. case every which way in my mind, and finally something started to make some sense to me. Now, you may reject this, Imus, but your squirrely brother Fred is on to something. Remember how he had it figured? Like they say in Redirect, let me refresh you. No, not that way. That's not funny. Zip that thing up. What I meant was, let me replay your brother's statement. Got it right here on tape.
The caretaker's involved. The evidence in the envelope's going to implicate him. That's why they got all these high-powered attorneys on it, because they got a hot potato here. If there wasn't somebody else implicated, they wouldn't have to have all these high-powered attorneys out there.
I wish you had a hot potato in your butt.
Probably, so do you, probably.
I tell you what, your brother and me are cut off the same hawk, Imus.
Yeah.
The boy's got the ability to look at a situation, flip her over a few times, and catch something nobody else has seen. So obvious that your normal person would miss her entirely. I'd also like to have a potato in my butt, but that's another entire issue I don't have time to go into right now.
Good.
Anyway, the only thing that Fred hasn't got yet is that the caretaker is just a patsy.
Really?
There's a mastermind, and I know who it is. When you think it through, it's as obvious as a 5-pound tick on a 4-pound dog.
Who is it, Ron?
Howard Cosell. I know you're thinking, Ross, you're a f***ing nut.
Yes.
Well, let's just take a look at that. Do you know where Howard Cosell was between the hours of 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. on the night in question?
No.
Let me answer that for you. No, you don't. Does Mr. Cosell own a knife?
Well-
I bet he's got a kitchen full of them. Did he hate O.J.?
Yeah.
Like a steer would hate a moil. He always did. Never mind that goody-goody stuff in the broadcast booth on Monday Night Football. Cosell hated him for those herky-jerky, lamer than a one-legged goalie remarks he made that you couldn't understand anyway unless you had an O.J. to English dictionary with you. Wanted to take him down in scandal and disgrace. You know what's in that manila envelope?
No.
A really bad, blood-stained wig. Prosecution rests, Imus, and much obliged for having me on the show.
Ross Perot here on the Imus in the Morning program. Charles is sitting here raving about the Mike Barnacle column in this morning's Boston Globe. I get it. By the way,
In the morning, 2020 sports.
The 2-1. Imploring you to pause for just a moment and listen to a tragic story that I guarantee will move you. This is Bill. Now, Bill's not going to bed hungry every night. I mean, obviously, one look at this picture and you can plainly see that he's not exactly missing any meals. He doesn't need clothing. He's actually a pretty natty dresser. He's not homeless. He and his lovely wife and adorable teenage daughter reside in a very nice house in a fine neighborhood with more than competent live-in help. And unlike those pictures of those refugee kids that Sally Struthers shows you, there are no flies buzzing around Bill's head, although that metal one down there in his trousers has caused him quite a bit of trouble lately. He may not look it, but folks, Bill needs your help. He and his wife work very hard every day to create the kind of government that they think will serve the American people best. But they only pull down $293,000 a year to do it, and right now that's just not going to get it done. See, Bill's accumulated quite a few bills. Legal bills. Bills that add up to a lot of money. The wolves are at the door, and Bill's wearing Alpo boxer shorts. Now, he'd gladly take on a second job if he could, but the one he's got is pretty darn consuming. Why, he barely has the time to have wanton illicit sex with chesty, morally bankrupt hussies, let alone deal with Haiti, Korea, and all those other countries he can't even spell. He's so busy trying to establish a national health care plan, for us, mind you, not himself, his is taken care of, He's so busy trying to push through his socialist ideology for the good of our country, when what he should be doing is attempting to institute a national legal care plan that he could use. And that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Please, if you could just send $1,000.
Pardon me?
That's less than $3 a day. Not a lot, but it would mean so much to Bill and his family, and it certainly would go a long way to provide the legal care they so desperately need. $3 buys a dozen file folders, or 2 notice of motion forms and a box of pencils, or can be applied towards the purchase of expert defense and alibi witnesses. In other words, the basic necessities that Bill will need to get himself and his family out of the horribly litigious state they are forced to live in. He feels your pain. Let him know that you feel his.
Oh, okay.
Send your tax-deductible donation to Save the Clinton, P.O. Box 1996, Washington, D.C. And don't forget to watch me, Barbara Streisand, Sharon Stone, Fleetwood Mac, and Nipsey Russell on the Save the Clinton Telethon, or as we're calling it, Zipperade.
And now here's Mr. Limbaugh to sing.
This land's not your land, this land is my land, 'cause you weren't born a true blue American. I'm an ethnic purist who protects his borders. This land belongs to only me.
This land is my land. It isn't your land. It's not Jamaica, Haiti, or Pakistan. I suggest you all go home to your motherland. 'Cause this land belongs to only me. As I was walking down by unemployment, heard towel heads talking of overthrowing our government. I'm declaring open season on all illegal immigrants, 'cause this land's overrun by refugees. This land's not your land, this land is my land, 'cause you weren't born a true blue American. I'm an ethnic purist who protects his borders. This land belongs to only me. Between all the faggots that are being outed, feminazis and wetbacks, it's getting crowded. Too many Negroes on welfare. Bubba doesn't think about it. But this land's being hosed by Hillary. As I went walking, I saw signs in Spanish. Why can't they learn English? I wish they'd vanish. They can take the Jews with them, and a few thousand Amish, till this land is free of minorities. This land's not your land, this land is my land, 'cause you weren't born a true blue American. I'm an ethnic purist who protects his borders. This land belongs to only me. There's been an invasion of the non-Caucasian, boatloads of Asian, and the black persuasion. Prevent the white man's erasion and save our nation. This land can thrive on bigotry. This land's not your land, this land is my land, 'cause you weren't born a true blue American. I'm an ethnic purist who protects his borders. This land belongs to only me.
Rush complained to a mutual friend of ours that he thought I was unfair to him. We do it far better than that big length fathead could come up with.
We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. We don't take our trips on LSD. We don't burn our draft cards down on Main Street. We like living right and being free. We don't make a party out of loving. We like holding hands and pitching woo. We don't let our hair grow long and shaggy. hippies out in San Francisco do. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, a place where even squares can have a ball. We still wave old glory down at the courthouse. And white lightning still the biggest thrill of all.
Imus in the morning.
Yeah, people across this country love Delbert McClinton.
Yeah, people like that caller.
Well, I mean, but don't you think it's a little strong? You know, I unfortunately referred to how? Go ahead. Well, I unfortunately referred to the caller to making an ethnic reference in a disparaging manner, screaming at the top of your lungs. Well, something like that, yeah. Much as, according to the Wall Street Journal and former employees of Mr. Snyder, Dick Snyder did his Simon & Schuster. Exactly. How did that go, Lou? What's the matter with you? No. Well, I gave Bernard $1,000 yesterday for booking a guest. Well, it was just pure accident. This is a local break. Everybody else knew he could. Mr. Dope. No, I knew he could do it. He books everybody. Screaming and hollering and... I wasn't screaming and hollering. What did I say? I just said, give me somebody who's not in a coma.
Just like that.
That's not exactly the way we put it. Well, what did I say?
You scream, give me somebody that's not in an effing coma!
Well, I mean, you gave me something.
That's a little different than just saying, well, give me somebody that's not in a coma.
Get a winner, quick! What are you doing in there? Yeah, but I mean, I want to talk to somebody who's, not on lithium.
First of all, if they have the right answer, what am I going to say? No, you sound like you're in a coma. I got to get somebody else.
That's true, yeah.
Are you a dothead? Oh, I'm sorry, you can't win.
What the hell does he want to see Delbert for?
What does anyone want to see Delbert for? You got to be on lithium. Then he wants to scalp the tickets for like $2 outside.
F you bullet.
Hey, scrotum-faced faggot.
Don't we think scrotum-faced faggot is a little strong, Bernard, to call me?
Not strong enough.
I am your boss, and that's the way you refer to me?
Boss of hell.
It's 7 minutes after the hour here in New York. It's time for the news. Here with us is my friend of 23 years. Oh, man. Well, if I'm so bad, how come 3 years of these tirades? I mean, it was on TV.
No kidding, I missed that. I don't care if there ain't no freezing, 'cause I got my plastic teeth right on the dashboard of my own.
Yes.
I can go 100 miles an hour, 'cause I got the almighty power. Look there for my pair of fuzzy eyes.
Hallelujah!
Imus in the morning.
Degrees already. That's what's happening. I'm Mike Breen, WFAN 2020 Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
It's coming up on 10:05 on the Fan. Good morning, everybody. Ian Eagle, Bill Daughtry, with you until 1 o'clock. What was that? What exactly was that?
Oh, it's a good morning.
I was opening up the program, and then you chimed right in.
Open up the program.
In for Russ Salzberg today, 718-937-6666. Take you right up until 1. Mike and the Mad Dog carrying you right through the afternoon hours from 1 until 6 today. And now I say good morning, Billy. How are you?
Oh, good morning, Ian. How are you? And how's everybody doing at all these marvelous listeners along WFAN Radio Network?
Gotta look good, gotta look bad, gotta look cool, can't look like a fool. Gotta get pumped, gotta look tough, gotta take off, gotta check out the stuff.
Same item for less, and Modell's will match the price and refund 25% of the difference.
Gotta have it now, gotta have it fast, gotta have it right, and you know it's gotta last. Gotta look good, gotta look bad, gotta get real, gotta check out the deal.
Gotta go to Bose.
Gotta go to Modell.
Gotta go to Bose.
Modell.
Gotta go to Bose.
Hey, are you... 1 hour complete, 2 more to go until 1 o'clock. Ian Eagle, Bill Daughtry sitting in for Russ Salzberg today. Mike and the Mad Dog coming up at 1:05. Stay tuned, Mike Breen has the update. After that, we will pause with baseball for just a moment and talk to Ernie Accorsi, former Executive Vice President of Football Operations with the with the Cleveland Browns, now with the New York Giants. He's coming up after 11.
Sports Radio.
100 degrees. It's in the low 90s. 84 degrees right now. And that's what's happening. I'm Mike Green, WFAN 2020 Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Good morning, 11:05 on the Fan. Bill Daughtry, Ian Eagle, filling in for us, Salzburg, at 718-937-6666. If you joined us late, you missed the first hour. We had Rudy on the car phone, our esteemed mayor, Rudolph Giuliani, talking about the Yankee Stadium situation, imploring you, the fans, to go on out and see your Bronx Bombers and help impress upon George Steinbrenner that there's no place like home, but there are some very serious problems that have to be addressed there. And I'm Gelb, Cohen, Gelb is even hobbled and is going to come. Very devoted. As we mentioned, we will join the O.J. Simpson double murder case out in California. So stay tuned to the Fan for that. Softball game tonight, Bart. Softball game out in Union, New Jersey. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Olden has the update. Stay tuned to the Fan. Wednesday. I'm Paul Olden with the 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball. Thursday, New York, the 7th day of July, 1994. Good to have you aboard talking about the world of sports. 718-937-6666. That's your two-way sports talk. Telephone numbers you chat. What's going on? A busy day today already with the O.J. situation. The Yankees have a day game against the Angels, needing a win after a little bit of a slide with the A's walking in with a sweep. Sports Radio 66. At 4:42, time for a check of the Fan Highway Patrol with Tina Lang. There's just nobody better on the planet than Delbert McClendon, period. Interesting chat that you had with your members of your staff regarding the winner of the contest. Well, give me somebody other than some dothead who's a retard. Who else is going to go to see this clown at Carnegie Hall? Give me somebody on the phone who can talk. What do you expect? Well, we're not giving away Aerosmith tickets, sir.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning on the Fan.
I wasn't screaming and hollering. What did I say? I just said, give me somebody who's not in a coma.
First of all, if they had the right answer, what am I going to say? Y'all know you sound like you're in a coma. I got to get somebody else.
That's true.
Are you a dothead? Oh, I'm sorry, you can't win.
What the hell does he want to see Delbert for?
What does anyone want to see Delbert for? Maybe he wants to scalp the tickets for like $2 outside.
In the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66,
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good evening, it's 5 o'clock. I'm Paul Olden.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to, make money, dude.
So what? Nachos?
You dork, for the President's Legal Defense Fund.
How come?
Because, he can't afford his lawyer.
But I thought, should you be unable to afford one would be appointed to you.
You bum stain. That's only on T.J. Hooker.
But, isn't that why the president needs a lawyer? He got it on with a hooker?
You're such a sphincter snipper. She wasn't a hooker. A hooker is like some chick you go into a hotel room with, pull down your pants, and she wants money.
Oh, so what's with this Paula Corbin Jones deal?
Some chick he went into a hotel room with, pulled down his pants, and she wants money.
Oh, that's different.
So that's why we have to help out the Presidential Legal Defense Fund, so we can preserve our constitutional right to show chicks our wieners in hotel rooms.
Right. So how are we going to get money?
At first I thought about, like, finding some wuss and kicking his ass and stealing his milk money, but instead I decided to do something a little more appropriate to the president's situation.
What's that?
A hot dog stand.
Yes. Yes. Wieners. Get your presidential wieners.
Imus in the morning, 2020 sports.
And the pitch on the way there it goes.
Regarding the winner of the contest night.
Well, give me somebody other than some dothead who's a retard.
Who else is going to go to see this clown at Carnegie Hall?
Give me somebody on the phone who can talk.
What do you expect? Well, we're not giving away Aerosmith tickets, sir.
Imus, this ain't your mother's morning show.
I wasn't screaming and holler. What did I say? I just said, give me somebody who's not in a coma.
First of all, if they have the right answer, what am I going to say? Y'all know you sound like you're in a coma. I got to get somebody else.
Are you a dothead? Oh, I'm sorry you can't win.
What the hell does he want to see Delbert for?
What does anyone want to see Delbert for? Then he went to scout the tickets for like $2 outside.
In the morning.
Well, Art, you're an idiot.
Sports Radio 66. WFAN.
Hey, Bernie, get a hold of that nitwit Bill Colt Jr. and tell him I want my pickup today. Then bring it down here to the radio station at 1 o'clock.
By the way.
And my president's attempts to restore the Aristide-led government in Haiti by way of economic sanctions were in vain. And so our only option is military intervention.
You get a gun?
Cool. Plus, I get to kick voodoo ass.
You gotta be careful.
I'm not afraid of any voodoo dudes. I'll just wear a chicken around my neck.
No, I mean in the Marines. There's homos in the Marines. You don't want to get stuck in a foxhole with a homo.
You anal shanker. Imus was in the Marines.
See what I mean?
Shut up. He's not afraid of voodoo dudes either.
That's because he already has a chicken around his neck.
Military dudes get all the chicks. They love a man in uniform.
Yeah. Let's join the army and, like, hit on Cindy Crawford.
I have a better idea. Let's get Richard Gere to join the army, and then while he's away, we'll hit on Cindy Crawford.
Yeah. He won't need her. He'll have the hamster in his foxhole to keep him company.
I am Imus in the morning. It's time now for Delbert McClinton contest. Delbert will be at Carnegie Hall. Better on the planet than Delbert McClinton, period. Interesting chat that you had with your members of your staff regarding the winner of the contest night.
Well, give me somebody other than some dothead who's a retard.
Who else is going to go to see this clown at Carnegie Hall?
Give me somebody on the phone who can talk.
What do you expect?
Well,
We're not giving away Aerosmith tickets, sir.
Imus, this ain't your mother's morning show.
I wasn't screaming and holler. What did I say? I just said, give me somebody who's not in a coma.
First of all, if they have the right answer, what am I going to say? Y'all know you sound like you're in a coma. I got to get somebody else.
Are you a dothead? Oh, I'm sorry you can't win.
What the hell does he want to see Delbert for?
What does anyone want to see Delbert for? Then he went to scout the tickets for like $2 outside.
In the morning.
I'm Ann Louise Gittleman, author of...
The world is abuzz with juice. OJ and OJ. One, the sweet pulpy fluid contained within the fruit of the Southeast Asian evergreen trees of the genus Citrus. The other, a 6-foot Negro who appears to be rather adept at the lost American art of whittling. First, the beverage. As you know, I have for some time been the spokesman for the Florida Citrus Growers Association, a rather lucrative contract, I might add, $1 million for 6 months. Why, it's a figure that almost approaches that financial obscenity known as Imus money. But now there seems to be some sort of problem with the National Education Association. They, along with the NAACP and the National Organization for Women, have voted to boycott drinking orange juice should my contract be renewed. A move, no doubt, that they believe will lead to my dismissal as the representative of the vitamin-rich libation. Well, if a bunch of overeducated Negro feminine
Nazis don't want to start their day with a glass of sunshine, so be it. Shut up. Let them die of scurvy for all I care. There'll be more for us. And to all of you African-American young doctored misses, let me just say, drink this. Drink well and drink to my health. Right. I wonder, should I fall as avatar of ascorbic acid, who they would find to replace me. Unfortunately, the person who would be the most perfect candidate is no longer in the running. OJ, what a natural. Athlete, actor, samurai of the stiletto. What keeps this man on the go running? Well, for starters, how about the police? How fortuitous for Bubba that the People versus Simpson court case has supplanted the Corbin Jones versus Clinton court case in the hearts and minds of tabloid-hungry Americans. Not only does it cause diversion, bringing that oh-so-elusive statute of limitations deadline closer, but it provides the president and his counsel with some savvy legal strategy ideas, should the sexual harassment suit ever come to trial. Yeah. Can't you just see the flurry of memos burning up the fax lines between Bob Bennett and the Oval Office? To Bill, from Bob, Ray, OJ's going to McDonald's alibi. Instead of upstairs in the hotel room with Paula, suggest we get 2 or 3 witnesses to testify they saw you ordering quarter-pounders on the night in question. Won't be too hard to make a jury believe that.
Oh, it might be difficult to make them laugh.
Why don't you make this laugh?
Here on the Imus in the Morning program, live from El Paso, Texas. Here's my friend Kingston Friedman. Kingston?
We don't have no love in El Paso. We don't go to porno picture shows. We don't swap our wives with our neighbors. And we keep our kids away from Mexico. And I'm proud to be an asshole from El Paso. You walk down the street knee-deep in tacos, and the wetback still gets 20 cents an hour. We don't wipe our asses on Old Glory. God and Lone Star beer are things we trust. We keep our women virgins till they're married. So hoes and sheep is good enough for us. And I'm proud to be an asshole from El Paso. St. Louis, we got you walk down the street knee-deep in tacos, and the wetback still gets 20 cents an hour. I'm proud to be an asshole from El Paso. We got a bunch of tacos. You walk down that street knee-deep in tacos, and the wetback still gets 20 cents an hour.
Ah, the great Kingston Friedman and the Texas G-Boys. Here on the Imus in the Morning program. And now, here on Crossfire, from the right, John Sununu.
We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. We don't take our trips on LSD. We don't burn our draft cards down on Main Street. We like living right and being free. We don't make a party out of loving. But we like holding hands and pitching woo. We don't let our hair grow long and shaggy, like the hippies out in San Francisco do. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, a place where even squares can have a ball.
revolutionary product that's...
Andy Rooney this week is trying to follow the latest foibles at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Andy?
Have you made out? Bill Clinton let it be known that donations are now being...
2020 Sports.
Sizzling temperatures can be harmful to athletes. Good morning. This is Mike Braid with sports and some helpful hints for this stretch of hot weather.
You are a moron.
When participating in outdoor athletic activity during this current heat wave, remember, drink plenty of liquids, wear light-colored clothing, and if you feel faint or dizzy, stop immediately and rest. To think you will not be affected by the heat is just a chimera. Speaking of sizzling sporting events, one happened yesterday in St. Louis.
It may sound stupid, but Crescendiendo, the state motto of New Mexico, has never been more apropos than it is now. What with the recent arrival of the Imus in the Morning program to the Southwest.
I'm fine.
Translating from the Latin vernacular, it grows as it goes. Yes, but as I would hasten to add, so do melanomas. It's sad but true. The land of enchantment has been invaded by someone who embodies the antithesis of the term.
Thank you.
Enchantment connotes charm, attraction, magnetism. And now the human incarnation of all that is disgusting, loathsome, and abhorrent has come to town to kick ass and take names on the radio waves. So for those of you in Albuquerque, please allow me to introduce you to the I-Man. It's radio, so let me give you an idea what he looks like. Any totem poles nearby?
Shut up.
Third head from the bottom. Pretty accurate likeness. It could almost be a bas-relief, although the ossature on the I-Man is not quite as sturdy. Now, think about your favorite George O'Keeffe painting. Any one of those with the bleached white steer skulls baking in the sun in front of one of those adobe huts. Got that mental picture? Okay, that's him. Except he's actually a little more dried out than the adobe. Now, for the Tucsonians who've just joined us, welcome. And if I may quote the sign on the door to hell in Dante's Inferno, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Arizona, the Grand Canyon state. Well, behold a hole bigger than yours. Imus has a lot in common with you. Why, Imus is Phoenix personified. Not your state capital, mind you, but that mythological dead desert bird that consumed itself in flames, then rose renewed from the ashes. In just a few short years, he's gone from being a local little dirty mouth in the New York area to a national treasure with power and influence unlike that of mortal man. Now, it won't sound like it at first. As a matter of fact, you might wonder how a grumpy old crank so obsessed with his own penis can actually have intelligent conversations on the phone with presidents, senators, and other members of the media literati and glitterati. It's just one of those unexplained phenomena, like that energy vortex in Sedona. Except Imus's power sucks the life out of those around him. Now, seeing as we're dealing with border states here, I want you to know that Imus is very mindful of you Mexican Americans.
Yeah.
So let me provide you with a little Imus lexicon in Espanol. You'll hear him being referred to as Tres Huevos, due to the fact that he has 3 testicles. Although you may also hear some of the staff call him Culo de Caballo from time to time. It's all part of the fun. Now, here are some of the things he says a lot. Soy enfermo. Soy cansado. I'm not feeling well. I'm tired.
Yeah.
No estás haciendo, hijo gordo de la gran puta. You're not getting it done, you big fat son of a bitch. That's his favorite phrase.
Yeah.
It's usually returned in exchange by his loyal staff with a warm, hearty, ojalá que mueres rápido, maricón viejo. I hope you die soon, you old fruit. You can say hi to this man.
Express written consent of the copyright owners. All rights reserved.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule. An indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled the station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume Monday morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
2020 Sports on the Fan means you'll get all the scores and sports news every 20 minutes. At the top of the hour, 20 minutes after the hour, and 20 minutes before the hour. 2020 Sports all day on Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Coming up on 10:01, good morning, this is Mike Breen.
Sports, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Good morning, a happy Friday to you. Bill Daughtry and Ian Eagle on the Fan. And for Russ Salzberg, it's 718-937-6666. Wrapping up a week where it has been ungodly hot outside. It's going to be another one of those days today, so stay cool in the air conditioning of the car or the office or your home if you are so fortunate. Listen to us on the Fan. Chatting with you, getting the weekend off to a big start. Mr. Eagle, good morning.
How are you, Billy?
Your name is Mud. Metro North says, hey, tracks are in place. We just got to build platforms, canopies, and a few other things. Let's keep the Yankees in New York. Daughtry and Eagle, 1 hour down. We got a couple more to go. Stick around. We'll be back for Salzberg on the Fan. Mets, it'll be Pete Smith against curveballer Oral Hershiser. Howie Rose will be along with Mets Extra at 9:30 right here on the Fan. Mets try and add another to what has been, to this point, a very successful Western swing. The very successful John Minko has the 2020 update. That's coming up, top of the hour. We'll be back, me and Ian, for Russ on the Fan.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan. WFAN.
From What's a Frederick, America's best value?
Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioners. Cool change, Frederick Air Conditioners.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages.
Well, Billy, that'll do it. Oh, it was fun. Yeah, good week. We'll do it again. Pleasure to work with you as always. Oh, my pleasure. Pleasure's mine. I'm going on vacation. That's it, vacation? Oh, my God. About 8 days. Tough life. Well, you're going to San Francisco when I come back. Well, that's a good point. Yeah, real tough. Take that overcoat like I tell you and have a good time. Yeah, I can't believe that. Well, we'll talk about that another time. Thanks to Eddie Scazzeri and Sue Harrison. For Bill Daughtry, this is Ian Eagle. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 9.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan. WFAN.
John Minko at 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Mike is a Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66. WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em. Turn it on and try 'em. Mike is a Mad Dog. WFAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan on a Friday in New York, 8th day of July, 1994. Nice to have you with us with our friend Sue and Bobby Robert W. Gelb across the way at 718-937-6666. Here until 6. Lots going on. Yankees, Angels, Mets, Dodgers. All the baseball. Today we'll do some other things, including OJ and the whole bit. Now, to talk about the world of sports, good afternoon there, Michael. How are you?
How are you, Doug?
I'm hanging in there.
Has tried to deal with the
Time of death. 9 to midnight is what you're getting right now.
And the prosecution didn't even want this opened up. They kept objecting. They got a couple of them overruled. 9 to 12 is what they're talking about, which is still in that same window. We got Bo Dietl, too, on the other side, so we'll deal with that when we come back.
Mike is a Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66. WFAN.
We that. That's going to last Dan Wasserman. It really did serve to do all those things that our caller suggested and didn't really get him anywhere because it was only a pretrial hearing. We'll take a break. Dan Wasserman will join us. We'll get the legal side of this whole thing coming right up. Stay tuned.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan. WFAN.
Since 74, having spent all that money to renovate the stadium. We're going to go to a sports update, come back, continue your calls. Here's 718-937-6666 on this Saturday morning.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan. WFAN.
she or he has.
Flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
All right, Bobby, thanks very much. It was... And LaGuardia back with you on the Fan. 4:06 is the time on this Saturday morning, July 9th. My husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Steve. And don't feel too comfortable in mentioning the other person's birthday today that we know of. O.J. Simpson turns 47 on this day. And our
Former pitcher in the major leagues for a lot of teams and a very, very good hitter for a pitcher as well. Very good hitter, period. He probably could have played a position in the bigs. 718-937-6666 is our telephone number. The Iron Eagle show is coming up next. John Minko with the flash. Thanks to Mr. Hayes behind the glass. We'll catch you again Monday night at 6 o'clock. Got a long one Monday night, so stay tuned to the Fan.
Sports Radio.
McDonald's now. Wondering which? Don't wait. Everybody wants a Frederick, America's best value.
Cold change, Frederick air conditioners. Cold change, Frederick air conditioners.
See your authorized Frederick dealer today. He's in the yellow pages.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan. WFAN, New York.
It's 9:06 on the Fan. Good morning, everybody. Iron Eagle taking you until 1:20 this afternoon. And at that point, Major League Baseball right here on Sports Radio 66 WFAN, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Kansas City Royals. That'll be followed up by Jody McDonald and then Mets baseball tonight. Mets and the Dodgers continuing their series out on the West Coast, Chavez Ravine. You'll hear all of that today on the Fan in New York. We've got to clear up right now. I think this is a club that has improved during the off-season. They've made some improvements in certain areas in which they had to address. Enough to make them a 10-win team. I'm not as optimistic as you right now, Dave. I do think this team can go possibly 9-7, and dare I say, to the postseason.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. This is John Minko.
Solid plans to build a new stadium. I'm sure the Jets would love to play in their own stadium. When you've got a facility like that compared to what Shea used to be for football, you have to play there. 3 o'clock. Stick around. Everybody, and I'll talk to you next Saturday.
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. I'm Vince DeLisi. Tough afternoon.
Hey, Butthead, what are you doing?
I'm trying to, make money, dude.
For what? Nachos?
You dork. For the President's Legal Defense Fund.
How come?
Because, he can't afford his lawyer.
But I thought, should you be unable to afford one, one would be appointed to you.
You bum stain. That's only on T.J. Hooker.
But, isn't that why the president needs a lawyer? He got it on with a hooker?
You're such a sphincter snipper.
she wasn't a hooker. A hooker is like some chick you go into a hotel room with, pull down your pants, and she wants money.
Oh, so what's with this Paula Carbon Jones deal?
Some chick he went into a hotel room with, pulled down his pants, and she wants money.
Oh, that's different.
So that's why we have to help out the Presidential Legal Defense Fund, so we can preserve our constitutional right to show chicks our wieners in hotel rooms.
Right. So how are we gonna get money?
At first I thought about, like, finding some wuss and kicking his ass and stealing his milk money, but instead I decided to do something a little more appropriate for the president's situation.
What's that?
A hot dog stand.
Yes. Yes. Wieners. Get your presidential wieners.
Andy Rooney this week is trying to follow the latest foibles at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Andy?
Have you made out your check yet?
Well, no.
I have. When my president asks for my help, I get moving. So when Bill Clinton let it be known that donations are now being accepted for the first fund ever created to pay the legal bills of a United States president and his wife, I grabbed my checkbook in a knee-knocking minute, let me tell you. After all, I bet we all know just how much drudgery it is paying our bills.
Oh, yeah.
Pesky little things, aren't they? Darn it, they just never seem to let up. Look at these bills I've gathered on my desk here. They've all come into the Rooney household in just the past couple of days. Here's a car repair bill. Here's one from the cleaners. This is a doctor's bill. This one's from the utility company. Boy, those never seem to quit, do they?
No.
Here's one from the fellow who mows the lawn. Maybe I'll forward it to Dan Rostenkowski. And here's one from something called the XXX Adult Video. I better pay that one in person. Anyway, I sure get a lot of these bills. I know you do, too. The president has some unusual bills, though, that I guess go with the responsibilities of office. The president's a very smart man and pretty doggone resourceful. I think he's come up with something that could be adopted as a national model for dealing with unexpected expenses or bills that we just don't want to pay. Stated most simply, it's called You Pay. Mr. and Mrs. Clinton make something on the order of $300,000 a year that we know about. Could be a soybean future or two here or there. Anyway, their income is about a zillion times more than the average American who elected them. But, well, who can predict rainy days? What's the best way to cope? Follow the example being set by our president. I'm going to go outside just as soon as I wrap up here. I'm going to put up a sign in my front yard that says, donations now being accepted for Curmudgeon Aid, the Rooney Relief Fund. Then I'll set some buckets out by the curb labeled, utilities, auto, swimming pool chemicals relief, backed up toilet toll, and so on. And then I'll just sit back and wait for the cash to start pouring in. And please, no more than $1,000 per individual. Okay, if you insist. As for the president, if I send him $1,000, do I at least get to have Paula come by for a drink? I'll bet if I said I'd send him $1,000, he'd damn sure work it out. Send her over in a cruiser or something. Well, you've got to say this for Bubba. He sure does keep introducing novelty into the Oval Office, doesn't he? Boy gets girl, loses girl, bills you. I like that. It adds a whole new Bubba-esque twist to the old familiar Oval Office desk plaque, the buck stops here. I don't want to sound harsh, Mr. President, but if you're going to reinvent anything, maybe it might be a zipper with a padlock on it.
Hi, I'm Iverson Morning. That was Andy Rooney here on the Iverson Morning program at 17 past the hour. It was a good thing I didn't bet any money because they're now live from his truck in Santa Fe. Mike Barnacle from the Boston Globe, and the reason we're having Mr. Barnacle on is not because he refers to me pathetically and sucking out to me as America's morning man, which of course I am, clearly. But he has written he has written several columns about this whole affair that are brilliant. Good morning, Mr. Barnacle.
Good morning, honey. You left early today.
We have this vision of you sitting there on the couch with that gut of yours hanging over your belt, belching with a beer in your hand with that 540 laptop.
I'd rather look like I do than look like you do. You look like a postage out for a hospice calendar.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
What did you figure yesterday talking about if you were a homicide detective, what you would do?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a compelling vision. That's like having Richard Simmons commandant of the United States Marine Corps.
Fathead Mike Barnacle.
Sports Radio 66, WMBM.
Ellen Goodman writing his columns for him.
He had all his little ad-libs written down.
Oh, yeah, of course. You could hear that in a heartbeat.
That one off.
Fred's right about
2020 sports.
He sucks one at deep left.
Well, a redneck nerd in a bowling shirt was a guzzling Lone Star beer, talking religion and politics for all the world to hear. They ought to send you back to Russia, boy, or New York City 1. You just want to doodle a Christian girl and you kill God's only son. I said, has it occurred to you, you nerd, that that's not very nice? We Jews believe it was Santa Claus that killed Jesus Christ. You know, you don't look Jewish, he said, near as I could figure. I had you lamped for a slightly anemic, well-dressed country nigger. All they ain't making Jews like Jesus sent them all. They don't turn the other cheek the way they done before. He started into shouting and spitting on the floor. Lord, they ain't making Jews like Jesus sent them all. Keep it country, boy.
By Fruitopia, the real fruit beverage from Minute Maid, for the mind, body, and planet.
Oh. 5 minutes past the hour here in New York.
Hey, Beavis, check it out. I'm joining the Marines.
How come?
Because, like, you get a gun, and my president's attempts to restore the Aristide-led government in Haiti by way of economic sanctions were in vain. And so our only option is military intervention.
You get a gun? Cool.
Plus, I get to kick voodoo ass.
You gotta be careful.
I'm not afraid of any voodoo dudes. I'll just wear a chicken around my neck.
No, I mean in the Marines. There's homos in the Marines. You don't want to get stuck in a foxhole with a homo.
You anal shanker. Imus was in the Marines.
See what I mean?
Shut up. He's not afraid of voodoo dudes either.
That's because he already has a chicken around his neck.
Military dudes get all the chicks. They love a man in uniform.
Yeah. Let's join the army and, like, hit on Cindy Crawford.
I have a better idea. Let's get Richard Gere to join the army, and then while he's away, we'll hit on Cindy Crawford.
Yeah. He won't need her. He'll have the hamster in his foxhole to keep him company.
Imus and Butthead here on the Imus in the Morning program is 6 after the hour here in New York. It's time for the news. From the Democratic National Committee.
Hello, I'm Leon Panetta, President Clinton's new chief of staff. I was brought on board recently by the president to deal with some urgent problems. Well, we have one, Haiti. As you know, Panama has declined to provide refuge for Haitians leaving their country. And, well, we're still having a heck of a time finding places for them to go. That's why I'm turning to you, American citizens, as I announce the President's Havens for Haitians Foreign Policy Humiliation Emergency Relief Program, modeled along the lines of You Pay, the President's Emergency Legal Defense Fund. My fellow Americans, Haitians have got to go somewhere. That is why, based on the precedent set by the Los Angeles Night Court judge, who single-handedly repealed the Fourth Amendment to our Constitution, I have decided to just as arbitrarily end the provisions provided for and implied by the Third Amendment to our Constitution that guard against having to quarter folks who you'd rather not have in your homes. So, with that and the near-total abrogation of ethics in the Clinton White House as our backdrop, your government will begin quartering Haitians in American homes starting today until the entire population is housed here to once and for all resolve the Haitian asylum issue, along with another major foreign policy gaffe by our nation's chief executive. Now then, you're wondering how Havens for Haitians will work. Well, it's easy. A Haitian will be delivered to you within 10 working days. Do not expect him or her to work, however. You may decide where to keep your Haitian within your household. A spare room, a pull-out sofa bed, a mattress in the basement, all are fine and satisfy the Clinton Havens for Haitian program requirements. What you do with your Haitian will be left to individual discretion. Almost any activity would be acceptable, except leaving him or her at curbside. Severe penalties will be imposed in any case of early Haitian expulsion. And now, here's a word from President Clinton.
Hey, babe, you want to go out?
Oh, thank you, Leon. I'd just like to say thanks to you for helping me further the Bill of Rights dismantling begun by our Justice Department recently in Los Angeles.
Daddy.
While my Havens for Haitians program will require some sacrifice, it won't be much.
As you probably noticed, most of them are skinny and won't take up much room. But what's more, with each refugee delivered, you're going to be provided with an initial feeding consisting of a cup of rice, a bowl of gruel, and a watery but nutritious protein drink. Havens for Haitians. Thanks to you, it's working. And say a big bonjour to Pablo for me, okay? Thanks again. I'll be right with you, baby.
Come here, cutie.
Havens for Haitians refugee delivery guarantees no more than 50 Haitians per household. Households with annual incomes of $350,000 or more contributing heavily to Clinton Defense Fund are automatically exempt. Feeding Haitians cat food meets administration emergency standards. Havens for Haitians is a project of the Democratic Party and the Clinton What Has He Done This Time Foreign Policy Catastrophe Control Commission.
Well, according to my calendar in my Apple computer, Cynthia McFadden was supposed to be on this morning, but
Because you're looking healthy. That upset me. The other thing that upset me is to find out you had a grandfather that lived till 92.
He didn't snort half of Peru, though, Mike, so there's hope.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
my poor grandfather, we had him in a home there in Palm Springs, California, because it was a nice area, and he liked it there. But he was 90, and the doctors were trying to get him to stop smoking.
That's good. Cut down on fat.
Yeah, really. Not running. Jesus. You gotta have more fiber. Grandpa Imus.
Go with the 2% milk, all right, Graham?
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Imus in the Morning, 2020 Sports.
When you have a grunt, it gives you, if you time it right, it's your exhale of breath. It gives you more oomph on your shots.
I'm going to try it.
And that's the philosophy behind really effective grunt.
Actually, one of the better grunters among the amateurs is Don Imus.
A special night for a special man. Good morning. This is Mike Greenwood Sports. The great Bud Collins, inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame this weekend in Newport, Rhode Island, talked about his plans.
I'm going to be 10 toes up on the porch in Montana. And I ain't letting nobody know where I'm at. End of story.
Doesn't sound like he's doing drugs still.
No, not at all.
Like he's really got himself straightened out.
No supervision necessary there, huh?
No. The O.J. Simpson Media Deluge. Andy?
Okay, I surrender. I give up. I did it. I confess. If that's what it takes to rein in the necrotizing fasciitis of the tube, O.J. Simpson, then for God's sake, put on the cuffs and take me away. I don't know about you, but I've had it, dear reader. I've got so much O.J. crammed into me, I'm gargling this stuff. It's not that I don't care about Juice and those poor souls he julienned out there with that bone-handled knife, if in fact he did.
Right.
It's just that I'm wondering when somebody's going to care about me for a change. Having control over one's television set is a very important thing. Very male.
Yeah.
And my masculinity is being challenged now by this sudden programming plague. My remote control has been rendered impotent. Everywhere I click, I hit the same freaking pool camera shot of Robert Shapiro's caterpillar eyebrows, or that mole roosting on Marcia Clark's upper lip, or the judge with too many names, sitting there looking slightly dazed and jotting down notations about who knows what.
Yeah.
Although 5 will get you 10, that if you could get a gander at her notepad, it would say cheeseburger, curly fries, onion rings, big gulp, taco tater, and key lime pie. And then there's that fellow who sits to the left of Prosecutor Clark with a 4-day growth of beard.
Right.
He adds a lot, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Go sharpen my pencils, Junior. And of course, there's Mr. Shapiro's own minion, that old guy with a mustache, who looks like all he wants to do is go to the Black Forest and carve elf figures. And then there are the guest experts everywhere. Every channel has them.
Yeah.
From the guy who thinks he's Geronimo, Jerry Spence in the buckskin garb,
Right.
to Leslie Abramson of Menendez Brothers fame, who looks like the main thing she aspires to do is to strut her stuff on top of the bar at the Kit Kat Club. Where do you suppose she gets that hair done? At the Kansas City Severe Storm Center? She could book bees into that thing.
Yeah.
Here's a courtroom hint, honey. Things tend not to go well if you look more like you should be the defendant than the defendant does. Well, I know I'm a fish swimming against an unrelenting tide here, but I'm sick of them all. I am not hypnotized by the O.J. channel, as the columnist Mike Barnacle describes the plague of all O.J. every day.
Yeah.
It has, in fact, nearly driven me to the point that they say the Juice himself was driven to.
I'm one more exigent circumstance reference away from putting on a ski mask and going after Fred Graham and his battery of glib, court TV, fresh-faced legal eaglets who all think they're so damn smart, and leaving them splashed across a scene that Kay and Wilson could only have wished he would have drawn. 8 dead bodies draped over a satellite dish with law degrees stuffed in their mouths. Oh, and attention, National Enquirer. I'm ready to deal. Now.
Here he is, Wolfman Jack. Wolf, what's happening, babe?
Hey, Ivan.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine.
You gotta do this every day, don't you?
Yeah.
If you know, I'm living in North Carolina now. If you ever get a chance, come on down. We go fishing. You know what I mean?
That's not going to happen.
I know that's not gonna happen, but I thought I'd mention it to you anyway.
I mean, I love you to death, but give me that wolf howl.
Ibis, this ain't your mother's morning show.
When Stern left NBC, I said, then he went on the mornings at K-Rock. And I said, if he beat me in the ratings, I'd eat a dead dog's penis. You want to know something, Wolf?
He didn't do that, did you?
It didn't taste that bad.
In the morning.